Alright guys, so I gotta admit, this is a really odd movie. Yeah, let's talk about it. So, Wrath of Man is the latest Jason Statham, Guy Ritchie team-up crime drama, and like I said, this movie is so weird. It's about this character named H, who goes undercover as a cash truck security guard in order to find out who killed his son. His son, of course, was killed by a bunch of bank robbers who robbed a cash truck, so now he's just waiting for them to attack a money truck so he can kill them and exact his revenge. Bank robbers attacking other bank robbers because bank robbers killed bank robbers' son, and bank robbers who have their kill other bank robbers because they're bank robbers. Lots of bank robbers. That's my point. That's my joke. That was the bit. You know how in John Wick, everyone is kind of conveniently an assassin in this underground world? In the world of Wrath of Man, underneath it all, everybody is just a bank robber who deals exclusively on cash trucks. And they all know each other, and it's a whole racket, and there's different crews of underground money truck robbers. And that, it's fine. The problem I have is that if you're going to do something like that, you have to make it a Guy Ritchie movie.
Well, have a drink with me. It's really yummy.
Which this movie is not. Tarantino has made an art of unchronological storytelling. He's nailed it, using visual aids and references to very easily keep you in sync where you are geographically on the map, on the timeline, in any given movie. It just works. Guy Ritchie, however, it's kind of messy. This is exactly how it goes. I kid you not. He uses title cards, and they read, 3 months ago, 6 months later, 5 months ago, 5 months later. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, I can follow it, but it should be organic. If you don't make me do math. Don't pull me out of the movie by making me go, okay, so we went back 3 weeks. It's a nightmare. I followed it, but it's never good when you have to chop up the movie into that many pieces, because it's usually a sign that the movie is not interesting enough, which at times this movie kind of is. Jason Statham is the new Scarface. He's basically a psychopath. Which makes him kind of unrelatable at times. He kills literally anyone and everyone that he comes across, like he's a Terminator. Unfortunately, he does this for the entire film. He's cold, he's always calculating, but not once is he ever human or empathetic. Holt McCallany, who you might know from the TV show Mindhunters, is also in this. He plays Bullet, and he's decent enough. He's serviceable with the script that it was given to him. He basically plays the character you would expect. A cop who tells a lot of bad jokes, and he's been around the block. Although to me, he'll always be the guy from Fight Club who wants to build a house.
Guys, what do you wish you'd done before you died? Build a house.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Post Malone has a 1-minute cameo. I really don't have a lot to say about him. Didn't really seem needed. Seemed like he wanted to be in a Guy Ritchie movie, and they put him in there. He's at one heist. That was a thing. And Josh Hartnett is back, which is kind of oddly awesome. He hasn't changed at all. He's the same exact guy that I remember leaving back in the mid-2000s. He's still got that, yeah, I know I'm kind of good looking, and I'm going to kind of just nod my head and go, yeah, man, yeah. He's still doing that. He has not changed, even though he's like 40, 50, I don't know how old he is, but he's there. He doesn't bring anything to it. You could have put literally any actor in that role. For the most part, the cast is pretty solid. They do the best that they can do with what they have. I just wish that they had more. This is by far not the greatest Guy Ritchie film. However, to me, Guy Ritchie is a genre of his own. And if you like that aesthetic, then this movie will surely sing for you. I just kind of wish it had some more oddball humor to it like some of his other movies did. I'm so used to seeing a Ritchie film in which his characters are hit in the face with a dose of irony or unfortunate circumstances, hence essentially making them comedies. Wrath of Man is a very straightforward revenge film with just a dab of mystery to keep your brain from drifting. Some scenes feel less cinematic, and by that I mean literally every scene involving Andy Garcia. However, you do have a standout performance from Jeffrey Donovan, and if you're a fan of Burn Notice like I am, you'll enjoy seeing essentially Michael Weston play a veteran who runs his own crew of bank robbers. He's not your typical villain, and despite being third billed, he is sadly the most relatable character in the movie, because Jason Statham and Holt McCallany, you can kind of just be like, meh, You know, the action is decent enough. Statham seems to have the John Wick cheat code for instant headshots, which is cool at times, but conversely, if you're the protagonist and you're in God mode all the time, it's kind of hard to have any suspense to it. So, in closing, Wrath of Man is essentially like a movie that The Rock would have made back in the early 2000s, like an R-rated, action, shoot-'em-up, who cares kind of movie. Or what was that one that Mark Wahlberg put out, Shooter? It just feels like a generic 2000s action movie, which is not good. You know, there's no witty dialogue, there's no, like, oh my god, this happened, and then swoop, and then there's nothing outrageous, nothing over the top. It just feels very paint by numbers. It feels like a Jason Statham movie, like The Transporter, but less original. It's such a disheartening thing to say because I remember it getting delayed. I remember being excited when I heard that Guy Ritchie was doing a follow-up movie so quickly after The Gentleman. I'm like, alright, he's back, let's do it, let's go. You got Statham in there. But, you know, his movies were always involving two characters. Characters that were cool, and characters that were criminals who also were so stupid that they constantly keep tripping over their own feet. And they're just characters that you can empathize and kind of laugh with and just go on the journey with. And this movie has neither. It doesn't have witty monologues. It doesn't have, you know, shenanigans, I guess you should say. With that said, I would say go check out Wrath of Man. I would definitely recommend it if you're a big fan of Guy Ritchie and you just want to see some mindless action revenge movie that's fairly bland. However, to me, it's nothing more than a movie of the week. As a Guy Ritchie fan, sorely disappointed. I'm going to give it a solid C. It's not his best work. A movie I would see once in theaters and then probably never again. It's not groundbreaking. It's not insulting. It just is. So yeah, with that said, I'm going to give Wrath of Man a C. I wish it was better, but it wasn't. And thank you so much for watching. I've been John, you've been Burned. And if you want more reviews just like this, we have more coming out soon. And I will see you next time.